in my hand here, I have the most expensive hot chocolate I will ever have, probably. Okay, I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever eaten Brussels sprouts. It has been going viral since last year. Do you want to get a bit tipsy at the Christmas market? Christmas markets are known for being fun, festive, and expensive. Today I'm on a mission to try some of the most expensive food and drink options that they have here at the Edinburgh Christmas Market. So let's find out if these expensive food and drink options are actually worth the price. What better way to start off a Christmas food video than with a Christmas pie? This is from Pies and Fries. I opted not to get the fries, I actually just got the mash. This whole meal cost me £12, which is not cheap, but it is quite a big pie, and then you get the portion of mash or fries. The pie is a chicken pie with chestnut and cranberry sauce, bacon, and Brussels sprouts. So basically a Christmas dinner meal in a pie. I am a bit nervous about this one. I don't like Brussels sprouts. Okay, I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever eaten Brussels sprouts, so I guess this is a first for me. This is definitely not the easiest Christmas market food to eat. The crust is quite thick. I didn't realize there was going to be like a full Brussels sprout. I thought they would at least be like chopped up Brussels sprouts, but we have a whole chunk of Brussels sprout there. Let's try it. To be honest, I don't taste the Brussels sprout, it just tastes like a chicken pie. The sauce is really good, I like the flavors. Let's try some of the mash as well now. I love my potatoes, so this creamy thick mash is right up my street. So I think I'm only going to score everything at the end because I can only really determine value for money once I've had a few things. Otherwise, I might think the first thing is value for money, but then realize it's actually not. So we'll do a full scoreboard at the end. We are now moving on to the drinks portion of the video, and in my hand here I have the most expensive hot chocolate I will ever have, probably. This was £17. That also makes this the most expensive item out of everything that we had today, and it's a drink. As you can see, it is in a real mug though, so that was obviously part of the price. It does say Edinburgh Market on it. I wish the illustration was a bit more local. They could have added the big wheel and the Scott monument that you see behind me. For the hot chocolate, that was £11, and this is an alcoholic hot chocolate, so I guess you can compare it to a cocktail, which in Edinburgh will be around £8 to £12 depending on where you are drinking and what type of cocktail you're getting. So it's a hot chocolate with amaretto and rum, cinnamon, and it had whipped cream on top. It's a bit deflated now, but I did get a clip when it was still looking very aesthetic. Hopefully it's going to taste like the most expensive hot chocolate I've ever had. I can confirm that has quite the kick to it, so definitely only get this if you like a bit of a alcoholic kick to your hot chocolate. It's also quite creamy, which is good for a Christmas market hot chocolate. Sometimes it can taste just like instant hot chocolate, which I can make that at home. I'm not paying £17 for that. This drink was the cherry mulled wine, and it sounded really interesting. I've never heard of a cherry version. It also smells delicious. I got the normal size, and that was £9.50, so again, paying cocktail prices. Let's give it a go. Strong flavor. I'm just not sure it's a flavor that I like. I don't really like mulled wine, so potentially not the best person to review this. You're kind of paying the same for drinks and food. Which one do you think should be more expensive, drinks or food? I guess you can decide. Do you want to spend all your money on a Yorkshire wrap, or do you want to get a bit tipsy at the Christmas market and spend it on the drinks? That's up to you guys. Next up is probably the least aesthetic item, but on the other hand, probably one of the most traditional items to have at a Christmas market, and that is just a good old German sausage hot dog. I personally love a hot dog, but it is very basic, and this one cost £9, and then I did add a tip for 90p. I feel like I can make this a lot cheaper at home. I think this is a very overpriced hot dog, but let's see how it tastes. One thing that is really nice, you can taste that the sausage has been cooked on fire, so it does add a bit more of that smoky flavor to it, which is quite nice. And it is quite a nice roll, but nice hot dog rolls don't cost £9. I now have the most expensive food item here. This is the Yorkshire pudding wrap, which has been going viral since last year, and this was £14 basically for a huge Yorkshire pudding. And you can add your choice of pork, turkey or beef, and then they have veg in there, stuffing, different sauces. You can get cranberry, apple or just gravy, and then you can also add to that roast veg and pigs in blanket, so that will take up the price again from the £14 mark. Let me take this out. So this is what you're getting for £14. Let's see what it tastes like. First bite, basically just Yorkshire pudding, and it's okay. Yorkshire pudding doesn't have that much flavor to it. Let's get a meatier bite. It doesn't taste bad, and I think it is quite a big portion. You will definitely be stuffed after eating that whole thing. But £14, I'm expecting a bit more flavor, and I keep comparing it to a pub meal, and you will definitely find something cheaper at a pub that might potentially also taste better. What do you guys think? Do you think the Yorkshire wrap is worth the hype or not? The next one is probably the one that I'm the most excited about, because I've been wanting to try these Dutch strip waffles for the longest time. This is from Holy Waffles, and it smells amazing when you walk past there because they cook everything right there on the spot, so it's nice and warm when you eat it. This specific one was £9. I did get an extra topping of Biscoff, and I don't think I'm gonna regret that extra £1, but let's see how it tastes. That is such good chocolate on the top there. Honestly, I think I'm gonna eat this whole thing. It is so good. Now, again, is it worth £9 though? The thing is, even though it's £9, I would probably get it again just because it is so good. Next up, we have quite the plate of food here. It is definitely more suitable for 2 people. This was £12 for the festive fries, the traditional one. We have turkey, we have stuffing, we have pigs in blanket, and we have cranberry sauce, and still somewhere we have some actual fries. So a lot of different toppings there. Obviously I had to go for the traditional festive one, seeing as this is all about the Christmas food. I'm gonna try and get a bite with fries, turkey and stuffing, and then we'll do another bite with the pigs and blankets. Oh yes, and the cranberry sauce, can't forget about that. Don't know how I feel about cranberry sauce and fries, but I guess we're gonna find out now. I think that is a good mixture of everything. Cranberry sauce feels a bit overpowering, but I guess you can ratio that. You don't have to eat a lot of it, or just ask them for without it. Let's do the pigs and blankets next. I can't imagine that wouldn't be good. Bit of an awkward bite, but here we go. That is a good pig and blanket. Let's do a bite of just chips, seeing as it is after all festive fries. I do like the fries. They're nice and crispy, and with the gravy it is so good actually. Comparing this to what you would pay for a meal in a pub, like a burger could definitely be £12 if you eat at a pub on the Royal Mile, and I think this meal will fill you up. And because the chips are actually good with just the gravy, you don't have to get all the sides if you want to go for something cheaper. That's not what this video is about though. It is now time for the final rating, so let's get into it. For the ratings, I'm gonna score each item in 3 different categories: taste, value for money, and is it festive, and then put together the total score for each. First up is the Christmas pie. For taste, I have scored this 4, which is surprising, seeing as it was my first time having Brussels sprouts, and the mash was amazing. It was a good portion of food, so I went with 3.5 for value for money. It has all the ingredients for Christmas dinner, so festive wise I gave it a 4. The alcoholic hot chocolate tasted really good, so I've given this 4.5. But even in a real mug, I can't say that £17 is value for money, so I've scored this 2.5. It does taste like Christmas though, so I had to give it a 5 out of 5 for festive. Unfortunately, I really didn't like the taste of the cherry wine, so this is a 1 for me. And then I also can't really see the value for money, so I've scored this 2. Mulled wine is a Christmas classic though, so I've given this 3 just because it is a bit different from the traditional mulled wine. The German sausage tasted perfectly fine, so I've given it 3 for taste, but I can't give it more than 1 for value for money. And is it festive? Not really, so I've given it a 2. The infamous Yorkshire wrap was a bit lacking in taste, so I've given it 2.5. Because of its high price point, I've only given it 2 for value for money, and then I've scored it 3 for festive. The stroopwafel was the best tasting, so this gets a 5. It does feel a bit overpriced though, so I've given it a 3 for value for money. And it does really remind me of Christmas, so I've given it a 2 for festive. Lastly, I really enjoyed the festive fries, so this is 4.5 for taste. I also think it's a good portion of food, so 3.5 for value for money. And it is again basically a Christmas dinner, so I gave it 4 for festive. The final results are actually shocking. Based on the scores, 2 items are ranked as the best and 2 items are ranked as the worst. The 2 worst rated items are the cherry mulled wine and the German sausage, which is not really surprising. But what is surprising is that the hot chocolate is actually ranked as one of the best items, along with the festive fries. Let me know in the comments what your ratings are, and also which item was your favorite, which one would you love to try, and which one you would definitely give a skip and think was way too overpriced. I mean, it has to be the overpriced hot dog. That is just ridiculous to me. But let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed coming around the Edinburgh Christmas Market with me. I also have a vlog looking around the market a bit more, so definitely check that out on my channel if you want to. Also, if you want to see more upcoming videos about Christmas time here in Edinburgh, remember to subscribe down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a like down below to help support my channel. Thank you so much for watching and all the support. I will see you in the next video.